Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andme. Hope you're doing well today. I want to say thank you for being here. It's really wonderful to have you in our community. Now 60andme is a community of women over 60 who are still loving life. And I think the one thing I always talk about with our community is that we're in search of our passion and our purpose. These are the two things I think we seek when we get a little older. We have maybe lost the context of working in a full-time job or in a relationship. We may be divorced. Our children are going off to college and doing their own thing, maybe having children of their own. So we are left in a situation where we are in search of purpose and passion. Passion, that's kind of an easy one. You get out there and you do the things that you love. And this is how you make friends. You make friends by doing things that you love, and you'll find the people that are attracted to the same things. We don't need a ton more friends as we get older. We just need the right people. We need like-minded individuals who share our passions. Those passions could be completely different than what you had all your life. They could be something that you're starting over with, some new craft, new hobby, new skill. So I think that finding your passion is a journey. It's a really, really wonderful journey. And that actually, might lead to the second part of this, which is purpose. Because if the passions that you have are leading you to a sense of worth, a sense that you're contributing, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be, having a YouTube channel or a blog or anything like that. It just has to do with doing something that gets you up in the morning, that makes you feel like you're making a difference in the world. It's kind of a driving, sense of driving purpose and passion towards, something that means something that's important. And as I said, it doesn't have to be a big thing. Meaning arises from basically loving life. And if you love life, you are going to be, doing everything that you can with a sense of purpose. Now, purpose is in the present. Now, this article, by the way, I was looking at my notes here. Ardith Bellman is the author of this article that I'm kind of building on here, because she wrote this article, 6 Easy Steps into a Life with Purpose. And I'm not going to go through the 6 steps that she talks about, because I think they're very useful and practical, which is what 60andme is all about. We're all about practical things, not the abstract and the airy-fairy. But these experiences that we engage with as we get older, that shape our purpose, are life shaping. They could turn us into a completely different person as we get older. So there's lots of ideas online, right? You can go online and you can find groups you can join, hobbies you can start, skills that you can start developing. I mean, there's no shortage of online inspiration and knowledge and learning. You can learn anything under the sun. You can learn how to mentor. You can be a teacher. You could be a life coach. I've always thought that was a really good profession for someone who has had a really wonderful life, especially if you've had some ups and downs. Because if you've had ups and downs and you've been through darkness and the challenges that getting older can involve, you would be a great help to someone else. Not to tell them what to do, but to kind of just pose the questions and the images that they might reflect on that would help them, to grow stronger. So helping the homeless, helping people that are dealing with trauma in their life, or making art, whether it's if it's painting a picture, which I can't do at all, or coloring, or doing diamond painting, or whatever you choose, or reading. Getting caught up in all those books that you've been putting aside all the time, and that can be a purpose too. It doesn't mean getting up in the morning and going out the door and making a big contribution to society. It just means doing something that gets you energized and gets you up in the morning and gives you purpose in your life. So if you feel this vitality and this love of life, this is good. Okay, so steps to amplify your development of purpose. These are some of the things that she talks about. First is, have a conversation with yourself. Have a conversation with the wise woman that you are. And this is how you can, sort of start taking steps toward your purpose. Because if you think in the past, you might have had connections that led you, to another direction. Now you've kind of got the present moment to embrace and to develop. So have a conversation with yourself. I actually recently have done a life review. And those are super useful, I think, to go back to your childhood and literally go year by year as best you can. I mean, it doesn't always work that way, because I think I've whole years of my life that I have no memory of anything that happened in that year. But go back to the beginning. Remember the first birthday party. Remember the first friend, the first loss, the first love, the first whatever. And then just try to extract from that conversation wisdom. And wisdom can sometimes bring tears. It can sometimes bring frustration and sadness, regret, but have that conversation with the wise woman that you are. And then the second step might be to brainstorm with someone. Now, it could be a life coach. It could be a helper. It could be a friend. It could be your partner. It could be your son or daughter. It could be anyone who cares to listen, really, and who cares to listen beneath the words. And that's the most important thing. But brainstorm. Go crazy. But it has to be someone in a way that you can talk to really openly and freely. Someone that doesn't mind you talking about topics that are maybe a little sensitive. Because if you can't do that really, then you may as well just go back to the conversation with yourself. You need someone else that you can, and people and you want people that can say things like, "Tell me more. That's really interesting. Tell me some more." Or "What else happened?" Or "And then," and then just not just sit there and listen, but like engage with you. Another thing is to explore. Try different things. If you want to try pottery, try pottery. If that doesn't work, try, I don't know, painting or quilting, or just try travel. Maybe you've never traveled. Maybe you had, not that, that's something that's easy for you if you have never traveled, but you maybe had a partner that didn't want to travel, so you just didn't go anywhere. But maybe now it's fascinating to you, like to go on a cruise or do something that's completely outside your comfort zone. But do it. Explore new things. And that's, I think, a step towards, finding purpose, because the more people that you meet and connect with, the more situations that you put yourself in, the more you will discover things that really drive you and excite you. And I think that's important. So the next thing is to trust that once you've tuned into something, that you will see the opportunity. Have faith in yourself. You may say, "I really have a passion to to help young children. I want to teach, or I want to help women who have been abused," or there's some angle that you just feel an empathy. I, for example, have a passion for India, and I just want to do things to help young children in India to get an education. There's all kinds of different things that I have an attraction to with regards to India, but sometimes you say to yourself, "I don't know anything about that topic. How on earth am I ever going to meet the right people?" And that's where you start putting up the blocks. So I think the most important step here that Ardith talks about is just being open to the fact that the opportunities will come. It will happen. You will find the right connections. So I think the next step she talks about is to take baby steps. Just do one thing at a time. Don't run the marathon, tomorrow. Just run, half a mile, and then a mile, and then 2 miles, and just do it over time. Don't rush yourself. I know that as you get older, you do get this sense that you've got to rush, that time is limited, that you've got to move quickly to do all this stuff. And if it doesn't manifest in a week or a month, then you're not going to give it time. But you have to have faith that just given the right energy and the right circumstances, you will find it. And that goes to, I think that's the sixth point, of course, is talk back to yourself. Take a stand. Challenge that person that's saying, "I don't want to do that. That's too scary," or "Can't do that." Push back on that person. When you start saying things like, "Oh, I'm too old. I'm too old now. Can't do that." Of course you can. And or "I don't have the skills to do that." Learn them, or "I just don't have the right connections." Find them. It's all possible. And so I think if you're thinking about creating a life with purpose, don't listen to that self-talk. Create your own positive self-talk. Try talking to yourself in a positive way and make it happen. Find the passions, enjoy the passions, and find the purpose, maybe in those passions or around, in a circle around them. So do you have a purpose in your life right now? What is your purpose? What's your passion? You can share that too. Leave your comments in the section below. Let's have a conversation and help each other. You're here for each other in this community. If you see someone struggling or saying something that you can relate to or that you have had experience of, just go ahead and help. Reach out. It's all good. So take good care of yourselves, everybody. Talk about your passion and your purpose, and I'm so happy that you're feeling comfortable to share here. Take very good care of yourselves. I am with you always, and I'm supporting you all along this journey. Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.